flu. I got a tip that it was going to be cold in here. So I put on my Eagles jacket and I figured the pod system's not what I need is a little bit longer. So this is a terrific day, and I want to start off by talking about two people who had this idea along with Lou a while ago. Both were great sportsmen, both were great Philadelphians, both contributed in so many different ways to the city. I'm talking about Lou Katz and Ed Snyder. This was their dream. As you might have heard, I am the finance chair of the museum, which means I'm responsible for raising the money. Since I became mayor some 27 years ago, I've been responsible for raising the money for a number of things. Almost to the point where I dread calling people because they must hear my name, this President Ed Rendell's on the phone, and they must shut it. And a lot of people have said to me, well, yeah, this is great, but why another museum? And Mayor of Philadelphia, they call me Mayor, which is great. Didn't you just ask us for money for the Museum of the American Revolution? And we did, and we raised $163 billion for the Museum of the American Revolution. This is a little easier task. We need to raise about $10 million for this. But why a sports museum? Because one, sports is the great lever that brings people together. There's nothing in our society, and Kenyatta mentioned this as well, that brings all people together. It doesn't matter what your race is, what your religion is, doesn't matter how old you are, old, young, middle-aged. We can talk about our teams. And that Shishon guy, his opinion about who should start a quarterbacking circuit is as relevant as the richest guy in town. And we're all Eagle fans. And it brings us together in ways that no other discipline, not art and culture, not politics, not government, not anything else can bring us together. And secondly, this is, in my judgment, and in my year as DNC chair, I come to every major city in the country numerous times. This is the city that cares most about sports. That was evident in the Eagles' ride this entire year. Started with Carson Wentz and the unbelievable things he did with Nick Foles and the incredible games against Minnesota and the Patriots. This is a city that lives and dies with its team. There's no question about that. And what will this museum do? Well, it'll be fun. But it'll almost be more than just fun. We're going to have interactive exhibits that will show the history of our four major sports teams. And young people, think about young people, think about babies being born today. 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, when they start getting interested in sports, they won't remember this run to the Super Bowl. They won't remember what underdogs we were all the way. They won't know anything about the dog masks. They'll never heard Jason Kelsey give that speech. But they will, because their dads and their moms are living down here. And they'll see what that incredible year was like, and what it was like for the city, and how the city got so engaged and so energized by what the Birds did. And that's what this museum is all about. And think of the rich sports history we have. With the Eagles, 3 trips to the Super Bowl. Championship in 1960. I wanted my son Jesse, who's an insane Eagles fan, to see the film of Chet Bednarik sitting on Jim Taylor to make sure the clock ran out so we won the championship in front of the field in 1960. This museum is going to enable fathers and sons and grandfathers and grandmothers to do that with their kids. It's going to show us the rich history. It's going to show how we died with the Phillies to the 23-game losing streak. And then a couple of years later, we were 5.5 games ahead with 12 games to play. My freshman year at Penn, and how the city died a little bit each loss in those 10 games. We'll be able to see that. They'll also see the triumphs of 1980 and 1993 and, of course, 2008. And with the Flyers, they'll learn about the Broad Street Bullies. I don't know if Dave Schultz is here, but it bothers me that so many young people, you talk about the Broad Street Bullies, and they say, is that a street gang? No, not at all. Because the Broad Street Bullies, just like the 93 Phillies, just like this Eagles team, were part of us. They represented who we were. tough, blue-collar people, roll up their sleeves, get it done type of people. And that's what, 76ers? Well, I'll never forget, versus Norman saying, when we got in the playoffs, that we were going to win, meaning we were going to sweep every one of the three services. Well, we didn't quite do it, it was 4-4-5. But that Sixers team may have been one of the greatest teams ever to play pro wrestling. And then Allen Iverson. Try to tell kids about Allen Iverson today, and what an incredible player he was, because the effort he put on the court. I'll never forget, not the championship series, but the series against Toronto, when in Game 6, we were 25 points down entering the fourth quarter, and Larry Brown told Allen he was going to rest him for Game 7. And Allen said, no, we can win this game. And Allen went out and scored 28 points in the fourth quarter, and we almost won the game. That was the most impressive thing I've ever seen a basketball player do. And that basketball player was about 5'11". He was no taller than me. And Allen Iverson demonstrated what effort can do. It's less than 5 kids. Watch him play. He had great gifts, but he had tremendous effort. And the Big Five. Is there any city in America, and I want you all to answer this, is there any city in America that has 5 college teams that all went to the Final Four, 3 of whom won the NCAA championships? No. You're not going to win any money with that. No. There's no city in America that comes close to our history in college basketball. That's what we want to do here. We want to let people know what sports has meant to this city, what a great history our sports teams have, and what the things they've done and created. But we also want to do more than just Philadelphia. We want to tell people about some of the historic moments in sports. So we hope to have a lot of temporary exhibits. And thanks to Ken Goldberg, we have the Jackie Robinson contracts being signed with the Montreal Royals, the Triple A team that he played with before he went up to the Dodgers, over there. And some private individual is going to buy those contracts. But we're going to ask the private people who have the best sports collections to loan us, and put them on loan so people of Philadelphia can see them. That is not the Emancipation Proclamation, but it's the Emancipation Proclamation for sports. And every young person in this city should see it. So this is a very important day. I want to give credit to first and foremost Lou Scheinfeld, who has made so much. Several decades in Philadelphia. Lou has not allowed this idea to die. There were times when he came to me and said, Lou, we just can't do it. And he's kept the fires burning. The Dr. Apache, whose collection alone is worth seeing forever. We believe we can do this. We believe we can do this. Now, it's a modest amount of money compared to other museums. But we've got to raise it. And with the help of Bill Keller and some others in our state delegation, we hope to get an RCAP grant from the state. We've got 2 or 3 major pledges for significant gifts. But I also want the people of Philadelphia and the region to know that they can participate in making these things into reality. So, I dropped my sheet. What's our online way to contribute, Luke? If you go on museumofsports.org, there's a place on our website where you can contribute $10, $15, $25, $50. And this museum is going to belong to the people of Philadelphia. So I would like to see the people of Philadelphia roll up their sleeves and help us build it. When we did the Kimmel Center, which cost $250 million, when we did the Kimmel Center during my time as mayor, we had 7,000 individual contributors, 7,000. This is going to be a great museum. It's going to be great to share with our friends and our families. So people of Philadelphia, this is for you. Lou has worked all these years for you. Ed Steiner and Lou Katz dreamed about this for you. So go online, make a contribution, and help us make this a reality. You're not going to recognize this building when the museum is up and running. It's going to be nothing but spectacular. So congratulations to everybody. Thanks to everybody for turning out. And